In this video, I'm going to discuss the logic that led me to purchase a gasoline-only portable generator as a backup power source for my home. I used utility data to make my decision. Let me show you what I did. First, I established criteria. Let me share with you what that is so you can use it as a point of reference. I wanted a generator that can back up the majority of my home. I was looking for something over 10,000 watts. This was a big must for me. I wasn't willing to bend and purchase a smaller generator size. Depending on your home size and needs, your generator size will obviously be different. I was looking for a unit with low harmonics. I have thousands of dollars of electrical equipment inside my home, and you probably do too. If you add all this up, it easily exceeds $8,000. Inexpensive and low-quality generators can destroy appliances and equipment inside your home. So 5% total harmonic was the maximum limit I was willing to purchase. I covered this topic in great detail in my previous video. If you're unfamiliar, I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. I set a 12-hour outage to be my worst-case scenario. Let me show you how I came up with this value. I called my utility company and asked for data for the past 4 years. This is free information. I had 2 questions for them. For my neighborhood, how many outages have occurred in the past 4 years? What is the duration of each outage? I wouldn't worry about obtaining data longer than 4 years because utilities are constantly doing upgrades and working on their infrastructure. Older data can be irrelevant. I encourage you to call your utility and request this information. It's absolutely free. On the screen is the data I received from my utility. 3 of the outages were about 1 hour long, and one of them lasted almost 2 hours. Use this utility data to determine your outage duration time. I chose 12 hours as my worst-case scenario event. This is a very conservative number since it is 6 times longer than what the data actually says. That means a 12-hour outage in my area is very unlikely, but I wanted to make sure I am prepared in any event. Your outage duration target should be whatever you feel comfortable with. It should be a larger time period than your worst-case scenario from your utility data. Next, I started searching for generators that met my first 2 criteria, and I started investigating their fuel efficiencies. On average, I found it was a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 gallon of gas equates to 1 hour of runtime. Some units had better runtimes and some had less. This is based on the generators I was looking at. This means I would need to store at least 12 gallons of fuel to satisfy my target worst-case scenario event. A lot of safety precautions have to be taken into consideration when storing any sort of fuel. I have 3 vehicles in my garage. The sum of all 3 gas tanks equate to 25 gallons of fuel, which is good for up to 25 hours of runtime, assuming all vehicles are full, of course. If the vehicles are half empty, 12.5 gallons of fuel is approximately 12 hours of runtime, which is my target. Using a siphon pump allows you to easily pump gas out of your vehicles and utilize the fuel you already have. There's no need to store any additional fuel. If you own a pickup truck, trucks can hold anywhere from 20 to 30 gallons of fuel, so this is something to consider. Obviously, your garage and your vehicles are different than mine, and so is your worst-case scenario event. But a gasoline generator could be a valuable option for you too. It all depends on your worst-case scenario event. If your worst-case scenario event is 48 hours, storing 48 gallons of fuel could be cumbersome, so exploring a different fuel type would probably be the best bet. Use this information to your advantage, and make adjustments depending on your circumstance. Remember to always make data-driven decisions. One last takeaway I want to leave with you. Not all fuel types are created equal. Keep this in mind. Here I have a Champion generator specification sheet pulled up. This is a tri-fuel unit, meaning it works with gasoline, propane, and natural gas. According to this cover page, this is an 8,000 watt generator. But is it really? If we scroll down to the specifications, notice how the power varies depending on what fuel you provide. For gasoline, highlighted in red, yes indeed, it is 8,000 watts. If you use propane, it becomes a 7,200 watt generator. And if you run natural gas, it's only a 7,000 watt generator. The difference between gasoline and natural gas is a 14.2% power loss, just for using a different type of fuel. Don't let the marketing department fool you. Manufacturers will always advertise the highest power value to make a quick sale. If this logic resonates with you, consider subscribing.